I've said this many times before. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't present this as gospel. These are just the things I've learned so far. Welcome back, friends. Happy Monday. I hope you're all doing well. Let this be a lesson to all you kids out there in YouTube land. Check the batteries in your audio recorder before you start recording. I was rolling. I mean, look down, nothing going on. Blank screen. So here we are again. Before I get started, make sure you click that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. I do enjoy those. And think about subscribing if you haven't. It helps me out quite a bit. Lets YouTube know that the content is something of at least moderate value, and will likely show it to more people. We can continue to grow this community together. Make sure the umbrella doesn't blow away. So I had a thought the other day, and there's a theme that has, I think, always run through the bike business, at least as long as I've been in it, and in bike content in general, and that is this idea of the dream bike, the dream build, the idea that somewhere there's this holy grail of bicycles. And it usually revolves around bikes that are, one, pretty expensive, and two, very pretty, which is, I think, what drives a lot of the content, because they're, usually if done properly, they look quite nice. But it's this idea that if I only had this set of wheels, this particular color brand headset, this anodized crank, that, this bike would be perfect. Now, over the course of my life, I've had Project One OCLV bikes. I had a felt road bike for a while that I think was like 15 pounds. It was ridiculous. And I had a couple of very expensive, for the time, carbon full suspension mountain bikes. I don't begrudge anyone wanting to go down this road. But my feeling is you got to be careful what you wish for. Because I think, on average, once that bike is built, all of a sudden there's this letdown, because I don't know that there usually is a lot of thought about how the bike is actually going to ride. It's just what it's going to look like. And again, I may be wrong, but in my experience, from what I've seen, the people don't hang on to those bikes very long. And if I think back to the bikes that I've had, and the ones that I had the most fun on, Trek, for a very short period of time, did a bike called the 69er. It was the brain/love child of Travis Brown, who was, in the 90s, very successful mountain biker, one of the first in the country. And he was under contract, and may still be, with Trek to do like R&D. And he came up with the idea for this bike that it was a 2.9er front wheel and a 26-inch rear wheel. And it was kind of crazy. They did a single speed version, which was bananas. And they did a Top Fuel full suspension bike, which was kind of their cross-country platform at the time. Now, that full suspension bike, I think, was maybe $1,400 or $1,500. They only did one build level. And I had more fun on that bike than I had on any of the other full suspension bikes that I had, and bikes that were far more expensive. And then if I go to kind of the road side of things, now I'm going to set aside the Rivendell's because I think for a lot of people, those are just, regardless of how you build them, they're going to be out of reach. But my rim brake long haul trucker, I mean, I rode the living crap out of that bike. And I think it's one of the nicest riding bikes you can buy. And I would include the new disc trucker in that as well. Still not, you know, I mean, it's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but again, comparatively, not a lot of money. So, in a lot of cases, the aesthetic of things, people eat with their eyes. The aesthetic of things comes before the actual ride quality and the enjoyment of usage of a bicycle. Just something I've been thinking about. Speaking of the long haul trucker, I got a message over the social media the other day, and it doesn't matter who it was from, because I've gotten the question several times over the last 15 years, and that's people that are my size that have to ride a 54 centimeter trucker or smaller, and they want to know about, well, can I use a different wheel size on this bike? And now that we're, you know, disc only on the trucker, my answer is usually you could likely put a 650B wheel in there. You're going to give up some tire clearance. But at the end of the day, I have to ask why. You know, that bike was designed to run a 26-inch wheel. I think it's going to ride better with the wheel size it was designed to be used with. And a lot of times the question gets asked before the person has ever ridden the bike, which goes back to this aesthetic versus practical usage. That's my message for you this week. Don't eat with your eyes. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you, as always, for watching. Yeah, I hope something good happens to you today. Until next time, be nice, work hard, ride bikes, play music when you can. I'll talk to you soon.